Good morning, Tennessee Valley. It's a Monday morning, first Monday in October. I believe it's October the 1st, which would be, that makes it the first Monday in October because it's the first day in October. So welcome to Tennessee Valley this morning. My name is Alan Mincy. I am your host, my co-host, Lou, L-U. For those of you that have never met Lou, of course, he's been named Lou for Live United, which is the United Way of Bradley County's theme this year. And I have on the United Way of Bradley County shirt because I work at the United Way of Bradley County. I'm the Vice President of Communications, and I get the chance as we open up the show to mention a little bit about United Way. So let me do that real quick before I forget some of the things that I have on my mind. First off, we want to remind you that every Tuesday we are having what we call Restaurant Tuesday for United Way, where our restaurants in town are donating back a percentage of their proceeds. And with tomorrow being Tuesday, we have another special restaurant, Antonio's Corner Restaurant, which is at the intersection of Michigan Avenue and Stewart Road. And Tony and the folks over there, they will be donating 5% of sales back to United Way from the whole day. So please go over to Antonio's Corner Restaurant. Great pizza, great pasta, just great food, good atmosphere, some great waitresses, cooks, and everything. And I think you'll enjoy it. And all of you folks that work at Whirlpool, at Eaton, at Manufacturers Chemical, at Duracell, Procter & Gamble Duracell, at Merck, you're all right around that area. So enjoy lunch there, or either go by and pick up something to take home for dinner. So we hope that you will participate in that. Also, as far as the United Way goes, we do want to re-mention that our friends down at Simply Massage are donating $5 from each massage that they give through the month of October back to United Way. So Lisa and Sarah down there are doing a great job for us, so we appreciate that. That's some of the things that I wanted to mention about how you can help your United Way. We're right in our campaign time as well, so if you get the chance to make a donation, if you have that opportunity and if you have that ability to do so, please give. It helps a lot of folks in our community, and we are kind of in the middle of our campaign. Our second report luncheon will be held on the 17th, I believe, of this month. So we hope to have some good totals to report at that time. Great show today for the opening of the month of October. I've got some very special guests, some good friends that are coming in. One who I hadn't seen in ages, it seems like. Another one who I hadn't seen in not as long, but I haven't seen in a while. And then another friend who actually did a little work with us down at the United Way. We have Terry McDonald with the Cherokee National Forest, who's going to be talking to us. Katrina Craven, she is with the Hunter Museum down in Chattanooga, and they have a special thing coming up that relates to Bradley County. And then Tiffany Robinson is going to be coming in and telling us a little bit about Project Pop-Up in Chattanooga. And I believe she has a special guest with her. So it's early in the morning. Tiffany hasn't quite got here yet, but we've got Terry and Katrina are both here, and they're raring to go. So we're going to return and talk with Terry McDonald from the Cherokee National Forest right after these messages. So stay tuned.
Great local sports right here on WTNB East Tennessee Television. Keep up to date on all your Walker Valley sports news Wednesdays with the Walker Valley Sports Zone. Get a behind-the-scenes look at all the local high school area football with the pregame Thursdays at 10. And it's a Friday night tradition. Football Friday, every Friday night at 11 o'clock, right here on WTNB East Tennessee Television.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Has your disability application been denied? Are you frustrated with the administration's processing of your claim? Do you feel as though the administration simply does not understand why you cannot work? You're not alone. My name is Matthew Coleman and I'm an attorney representative. I find that many of my clients share these concerns and others. As a representative, it's my job to communicate your claim to the administration in a language that they can understand. As an attorney, it's my duty to fight for the disability benefits that you deserve. Come talk to me. The Social Security Law Center at Logan Thompson, PC.
Featuring some of the South's most scenic views, the Mountain View Inn has been a landmark in the Cleveland community for over 40 years. Our executive guest quarters with flat-screen TVs and excellent bedding will make any guest comfortable. Carrie's Restaurant is one of Cleveland's favorite, with one of the best buffets around.
Hello, and on behalf of the Hughes family, thank you for so many years of your business and your friendship.
Town Americana, where trucks are big and bold.
Okay, and we are back on Tennessee Valley this morning. We hope that you're having a good Monday morning. Mondays are always tough. First day of the month is always tough, but we're gonna survive. Some of us have probably been up many hours already, especially you guys that work in positions such as Terry with the Cherokee National Forest and folks like that. And let me introduce you to Terry McDonald. Terry and I have known each other for at least 20 to 30 years. When I worked at the Cleveland Daily Banner starting about 1987, Terry had already been with the Forest Service for how many years?
Oh, in '87, I'd been with them 12 years. 12
years. And you actually started here in Cleveland as the Public Information Officer? Is that your
Public Affairs Officer.
Public Affairs Officer. You started here in Cleveland what year?
90.
Okay, so we've known each other since 1990.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a lot of years between us.
It is.
And we've had some good times. We've had some times that were a little rough, you know. But all in all, I've enjoyed getting to know Terry and getting to know a lot more about the Cherokee National Forest. Let me see if I get this right. 180 something thousand square mile. What is it?
I don't know the square miles, but it's 650,000 acres.
Okay.
I got the acres down.
Okay.
The square miles.
So I can't remember exactly what it is, but I do know that you would always have that put into the press releases. And Terry was very, when Terry first came in, he looked at our backdrop and said that he recognized that area because that, I don't know if part of the National Forest is in that picture or not. I guess it's taken from a part of the National Forest because it's on Chilhowie.
In that lower portion.
Yeah, Chilhowie Mountain.
Is National Forest.
Okay. Terry, first off, I want to ask, when I have a guest, I always ask them a few personal questions. So how did you get involved with the National Forest Service?
I started in 1976, and I was 25 years old then, and was wanting. I had friends that worked for the Forest Service. I'd always had an interest. I'd worked for other agencies, state agencies, and I started like a lot of Forest Service people used to do on a fire crew. I started on a hotshot crew in Southern California.
Okay.
That's how I got my start. And from there, I worked several locations in California and in South Carolina, and then came here in 1990, never thinking I'd stay here that long, but it's a good place to stay.
Well, you have a lot. I have noticed that too. That a lot of the people who work for the Forest Service will move from one national forest to another. I've got friends who have gone from several, yeah, they very rarely stay in one area for a long time. So with you being here 22 years, that's a pretty long time for anyone in that position.
Yeah, it is.
Now, what got you into the public affairs?
There was, you know me, I like to talk. I like people, and have a passion for resource management, and worked in jobs on the ground in fire suppression, fire prevention, some law enforcement, and just kind of wanted to get into something where I thought I could help. You know, I don't like to use the word educate the public, but to share the information and my passion with other people.
Okay, so that means that you were involved in writing press releases, of course, photography. I'm assuming that the National Forest does some publications that you were involved in. You have one right there.
Just by chance.
Yeah. How did we work that out? And also when someone has a question or when something is going on, you are I guess the mouthpiece for the Cherokee National Forest as far as if someone has questions, such as the media needing some information.
Yeah, I'm the primary contact. No, we may get them tied in with someone else. It may, if it's something technical or scientific, that they have the most knowledge. We also do a lot of community and congressional elected official relations, and involved in that. And then incidents, whether it be a fire, floods, we get involved in all those kind of things.
Okay. Well, let's play media and public affairs officer. So I like I'm the media, and I'm going to ask you some questions. Well, I am the media.
You are the media.
I guess I am the media now, and I'm going to ask you some questions. First off, what's going on in the Cherokee National Forest now?
Well, lots of things. It's a dynamic place. It's a working forest. The U.S. Forest Service manages our national forest, and we manage them under the guides of multiple use and sustained yield. So there is, under strict guidelines, timber harvesting, and there's in some places, not necessarily on the Cherokee, but cattle grazing and just a myriad of things. So there's lots going on all the time. And you see we used to say all our green trucks, but we've got a lot of white trucks now. We've gone to white colored trucks. Yeah. But October 1st, it's fall color viewing time. And so we've been getting calls for a month, probably, and hits on our website. So we keep a weekly fall color report, and to try to help folks find the best areas. It's kind of hard to call sometimes. It's a little early now, but there is starting to show color at the higher elevation, above 3,000 feet.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Where are the best places right now? Because we're starting to get into a little cooler weather, but we still have some hot days as well. I know last week we had some cool in the first part of the week, and then hot toward Thursday. I know Thursday of last week was pretty hot. The colors aren't out right now as much as they will be later in the year, of course.
No, of course. It's probably forest-wide, and the Cherokee covers 10 East Tennessee counties, from basically the Georgia border to the Virginia border. Okay. It's all in Tennessee. And we surround the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. So when I say the southern portion of the Cherokee, I'm talking about this area, the Ocoee and Tellico Ranger districts. Okay. In the northern portions, Unaka and Watauga. Those areas north of us just being that little bit more north, usually get their colors a week to 10 days sooner.
Okay.
And so they're at the higher elevations, again, that's above 3,000, 3,500 feet. They're starting to see some. And we're getting just a hint. So overall, probably about 10%, 5 to 10% is all right now.
What do you think? We have some years that the colors are just beautifully brilliant and all, and then we have some that maybe they're not as, they're a little drabber than other years. What do you expect this year? Is it too early to tell, or do you have an idea?
It's predicting that's really tough, and a lot of times when the trees are stressed, it was a real dry period, they'll come into color early and drop early. And that's what started last year. They started doing that. And then we got a little moisture and it slowed it up. And actually last year I was looking at some of my file photos from Chilhowie.
Yeah.
There were that beautiful color, and it was November 10th. So it
Much
started,
later.
yeah, we thought it was going to peak a little bit early. And peak usually is about third week, really good color, third week of October through the first week of November.
Okay.
And but it went on into the first 2 weeks of November last year.
What do we expect? We have so many different types of trees in the forest, and of course the pines don't necessarily change colors. No. But what are we going to be seeing? The types of trees that will be changing colors? I have a maple in my front yard, so I know a maple is going to change colors.
They are, and the red maples, sugar maples. And then starting, some of the ones that turn early are poplars, and it's a yellow, and sweet gums, black gums, sweet gums, and they're kind of maroonish, reddish color. You'll see those start early.
Yeah, those are pretty.
And then it comes on. Then oaks, they hold their leaves longer, and they'll turn brown and stay brown on the tree for quite some time.
Okay.
So
what from experience, and as we've mentioned, you've got 22 years experience. Where is the, you may cause a mad rush there, but where's the best place in the Cherokee National Forest to see colors?
It's a loaded question. They're
everywhere, right?
Yeah, that's really true. But some of the more popular places that are easy, and because we're in Cleveland, I'll kind of concentrate on the south end of the forest. We have 2 scenic byways, Forest Service scenic byways. One is the Ocoee, which is the first Forest Service scenic byway in the nation.
Right.
And that's one that you can check pretty easily. Drive out a little ways and you can look up at the mountain and tell. And then the Cherahela.
Ooh, that's beautiful up
there.
Yeah,
that's got to be, because it gets up to 5,000 feet. And that'll turn pretty early, like the second week of October. There's thousands of people that drive that road, that highway, and that connects Tellico Plains and Robbinsville.
Yeah, it's just a little curvy.
It is. Motorcycles like the ride.
They do. I like going up. I'm not sure I like going down because I think the time that I was on it, we went down, and do you meet like the Joyce? Is it Joyce Kilmer Park that's on the other side?
Yeah, on the other side.
Okay.
You do.
Because
in
we
North
stopped.
Carolina, it's the Nantahala National Forest and the Cherokee, so they combined it for the Cherahela.
Okay.
And so
it's
about 46 miles.
I never realized
that's
why it was named that. Okay, I'm learning something. Well, I learn something every time I talk to someone, but I'm learning something today that I did not know.
Good.
Will you be out taking pictures for Forest Service purposes?
Yes, I do. And we ask, we have a lot of field-going folks that are out there and to take some. And the website we have up now, the pictures that are on there, of course, aren't from this year. They're last year's. But it just gives people a feel for some of it. It's my favorite time of year. I just love October.
Well, anybody that's in this area has to have fall as one of their top seasons because it's so beautiful around here. Does this is an odd question, but it's like someone who works at a bakery. We drive by a bakery and we love the smell, and it's like, man, I wish I worked in there. But if you work in there, it's like, man, I don't want to smell that bread anymore. do you still, does it still give you that sense of wonder or whatever to see things that are going on in the forest? And if you know, what do you do when you have free time? Do you like go to anywhere but the forest?
Go to the woods, yeah.
You go to the woods, okay. That's your life.
That's it.
Okay.
And a lot of people in the Forest Service are that way. And I think we may become, you know, take it for granted some, but overall, what we do is why we do it. And that's one reason I stayed here as long as I have, and I could have retired years ago, but I'm still enjoying it.
I think you and I probably met and worked more closely together back in the mid-90s, and that was when the
Olympics.
The Olympics, yes. And Linda Caldwell was on the show not too long ago, and I also had Joelle and Dickey a couple of shows ago, talking about the Olympics, and of course Linda was talking about the Tennessee Overhill, which is a great way to see a lot of the colors too. But that was such a special time in our community, not just the forest or the Ocoee River, but even here in Cleveland, where we had the where we housed the athletes over at Lee, and we had the Summer Fest, and we had all sorts of things going on. Was you were involved a lot with the Forest Service at that time? Well, with the Forest Service, but with the Olympic planning and all.
Yes, and the Forest Service role in that was, of course, the river's controlled by the Tennessee Valley Authority. And help me if I'm wrong on this, but the state were the operating entity of the actual
I believe so.
venue.
I believe
and
so.
The Forest Service built the venue in the Whitewater Center because it's on national forest. So our role was to and with help from TVA and others, design that course to be an Olympic course, and it's outstanding.
I remember the day they brought the Bailey Bridge in. That was.
We all do.
Yeah, that was quite a fun day. So, well, what else is going on in the forest at the present time? You know, we're thinking of fall colors, but we've got we've got winter coming up too, and there's always something seemingly happening at the forest.
There is, and you know, wintertime, a lot of people come during the winter to visit. We get quite a bit of visitation. Our developed in our major campgrounds where the water's going to freeze, we close those, and usually the end of October, 1st of November. But there's still places for people to, you know, day use. We have 30 developed recreation sites, campgrounds, and 45 day use. And a little over 600 miles of trails scattered out. And so wintertime is a time a lot of people like to come. There's not as many people. And then the colors, the hues of gray and everything, you know, it's really a unique time, and it's quiet. But we've stayed busy this year with a lot of projects. And one of the things that through the Whitewater Center, or with the Whitewater Center, we do, we call them watchable wildlife. And down on the Conasauga River, right on the Tennessee-Georgia line, one of our fisheries biologists started the program years ago, and it's just really grown. And folks can sign up for, we basically take them to the river, and it's not very deep there, and it's a place that's not real swift, and snorkel. And I don't know, yeah. And so we provide wetsuits and have some people from that know aquatic life, and that river has a more diverse species of wildlife than the whole Columbia River Gorge does. And
wow.
Yeah, so it's a lot of small fish, and they're in their breeding habitats. Pretty cool.
I'm going to give you a chance, because this is your chance to talk to all these folks that are watching, to stress safety in the forest. I know that we have seen things all over the country with fires that have put not just the forest area, you know, hurting forests in those areas, but putting people in danger along with firefighters that are working it. So what would you say to folks who are in the forest about the safety measures?
Well, we're talking about getting out in the fall, and in the fall is our second fire season in the southeast. Late February, March, April, sometimes maybe up to May is our spring season when we're dry and we have our most fires.
Sure.
And then again in the fall. So it's dry. We've getting a little rain from time to time. It's supposed to get a little bit here, I think, off and on for the next couple of weeks. But it's a dry time, and so especially with any campfires, or if you're and one of the things that folks need to be really aware of is their charcoal grill, because when they're through with the briquettes, a lot of folks dump them down, and
they still got some
and they're still
life
hot
to them.
Yeah, and so you have to be really careful for that. And if you see smoke somewhere or suspicious activity, because unfortunately arson is a problem, we appreciate knowing about that. Okay. There are inherent risks when you go in to a remote area. So just, we call it situational awareness, just looking around, people you might meet, or if you're pitching your tent, to kind of look up first, to see the trees dead or alive.
Also understand, don't feed the bears.
Please don't feed the bears.
Please don't feed the bears.
Yeah, because they're opportunists.
Exactly, and they don't mean to be, mean bears.
They're just being bears.
Exactly, exactly. Of course, we can't say, when we talk about bears, we can't leave Smokey out.
No, we can't.
I thought you might bring Smokey with you today, but must have had another commitment.
He's out, he's in the forest.
Out preventing forest fires. No, wait a minute, not him, but only you. Only you can prevent forest fires. Terry, anything else that you want to mention about the Forest Service before we let you go back to work? Actually, not back to work.
Get there.
You get to work, yes. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Just our website, and I won't read it, it all off, but people can just search for Cherokee National Forest or U.S. Forest Service, and we have a lot of information on that, and phone numbers for all our ranger stations, ranger districts. Okay. And lots of information.
Okay, well, it sounds great. It's a great time to go to the forest.
It is.
Love the colors. You guys and your rangers and all are so helpful to people. So good. I want to express my appreciation and the appreciation of everyone who's watching for what you do to help make it an enjoyable experience when we visit the forest. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We'll have to get you back on on another season. We'll talk about what's going on then. But we appreciate you coming on, and everybody heed his words. Be safe when you're in the forest. Don't feed the bears. Don't leave your fire still smoldering or anything like that, because it's one of our treasures here in our community, and we want to make sure that it stays as pristine as possible. Terry, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
We will be back after these messages with Katrina Craven from the Hunter Museum, so stay tuned. Let's go to these messages.
Town Americana, where trucks are big and bold, and a handshake is firm, and your word is gold. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens is a $2,000 drive. Maybe you're coming from here or here. Doesn't matter. Buying a truck from Don Ledford in Athens will save you at least $2,000 bucks. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens, a $2,000 drive worth making.
I'll take that drive every time.
Hello, I'm Bill Odom.
Hi, and I'm Tammy Odom.
We want to invite you to join us on Joyous Living Today for interviews, testimonies, and gospel music by special guests and Dixie Sunshine.
Right here on WTNB, Sundays at 4 p.m. and Tuesdays at 7:30 p.m. You don't want to miss it.
Jesus, Jesus, the light of the world.
Featuring some of the South's most scenic views, the Mountain View Inn has been a landmark in the Cleveland community for over 40 years. Our executive guest quarters with flat-screen TVs and excellent bedding will make any guest comfortable. Carrie's Restaurant is one of Cleveland's favorite, with one of the best buffets around.
Hello, and on behalf of the Hughes family, thank you for so many years of your business and your friendship.
Has your disability application been denied? Are you frustrated with the administration's processing of your claim? Do you feel as though the administration simply does not understand why you cannot work? You're not alone. My name is Matthew Coleman, and I'm an attorney representative. I find that many of my clients share these concerns and others. As a representative, it's my job to communicate your claim to the administration in a language that they can understand. As an attorney, it's my duty to fight for the disability benefits that you deserve. Come talk to me. The Social Security Law Center at Logan Thompson, PC.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
And welcome back to Tennessee Valley this morning on this Monday morning, October 1st. You can notice that Lou has decided to come over here and sit with me because my next guest has brought a little artwork with her to sort of spice up the set. And I can't believe that Lou actually came over here and got in my lap. I'm surprised he didn't go over and get in Katrina's lap. But I think Lou's a little shy, so that's okay. With me is Katrina Craven. Now I know Katrina as Katrina Beats is when we first met, and now she's Katrina Craven, and we'll talk a little bit about that in a second. But some of you may recognize Katrina not just because she's been on TV and the radio down in Chattanooga for a lot of times, but Katrina actually worked at the Cleveland Daily Banner here in Cleveland for how many years? Was it a couple of years?
Gosh, yeah, I was there for 2 years.
2 years,
yeah,
okay.
It was a happy, coming back to Cleveland always feels like coming home to me.
Yeah,
y'all sort of raised me up while I
well, yeah, we're not that old, but there's a lot of folks who have gone through the Banner that I worked with that I felt like I was kind of the mentor for those folks.
Yeah, you were a mentor.
And it makes me feel great when I see them move on and get into to great positions in the media or wherever they go. Katrina being one of them. When she left the Banner, I believe when you first left the Banner, did you not go to the aquarium, or did you go somewhere between there?
No, I actually stayed in Cleveland for a while. I was with Life Care Centers of America in their corporate office working for Beecher Hunter.
That's right. Who is now Beecher's another mentor.
Yes, he is, and a Banner alum.
Exactly. So yeah, it's funny. We had the last show that I had, and I'm trying to remember who all was there, but it was. Hello, it wasn't that long ago. Gary Davis, our Bradley County mayor.
Yeah.
Gary worked at the Banner.
Yeah.
And we discussed that it seems like everybody in town has worked at the Banner, at Life Care, at the Chamber.
Oh, yeah.
Or something like that. And now it's getting into worked at Whirlpool or something. But it seems like everybody went through the Banner, whether it be as a staff member, a reporter, an advertising person, somebody who delivered papers, all sorts of things. So
it was a good place to work, and it was a great place to learn the craft, and you know, have good mentors like you and George Starr.
George Starr.
I still
forget
consider
George.
him you know, somebody that really taught me the business. But it was such a great homey place. I went back to visit not too long ago, and it was nice to see so many familiar faces. You don't get that very often.
There's still a few faces. There's still a few folks there from the old Banner days, but I've been gone since '97, and you left.
I left the year before. I think I left in '96.
So it's so we worked a couple of years together, and I covered the county, and you covered the city.
That's right. We had a good time.
We had this area covered news-wise, and I want to say a shout out to the Banner. I think they do a great job.
Absolutely.
You always hear some folks who say, "Well, they didn't do this or they didn't do that or whatever." We are lucky to have a newspaper in our area like the Cleveland Daily Banner. The Times does a great job. The DPA up in Athens does a great job, but I think we still have a soft place in our heart for the Banner.
Absolutely, and it's such a, you're right, in this day and age, Cleveland is lucky to have such a quality publication.
But right now, you are working for the Hunter Museum.
I am.
And it's the Hunter Museum of American Art.
That's right.
I just call it the Hunter Museum, and I bet a lot of folks do.
Most people do for shorthand, yeah.
And you are, your position with the Hunter Museum?
I'm the Director of Public Relations and Marketing.
Okay, which is, you know, you worked at the Banner. I guess you went to school for all of this. So you went to UTC.
I did. I'm a UTC grad.
And majored in communications.
Communications, yeah.
Okay, so you're in that field now. So, but what exactly do you do at the Hunter Museum as in that position?
Really, my job is to get the word out about whatever we're doing, whether it's our 60th anniversary or whatever happens to be going on, new exhibitions, new programs, and it's a big job because we have a lot of things that are new, promoting when we get new acquisitions. There's a lot to it.
Okay, enjoyable job.
It is fun, and you know, I think that's the thing that's really tied together my entire career. I've been very fortunate in the people that I work with have been so great, and I've learned something from every single one of them.
That is fantastic. Now, for folks who don't know what the Hunter Museum is, you know, we have our museum center at 5 Points here in Cleveland, and it deals with Cleveland's heritage. Right. The Hunter Museum of American Art, it's got to deal with art. Is it all art about Chattanooga, or is it just...
No, really our goal at the Hunter is to tell the story of America through the visual arts. And we have things, we really consider ourselves, we love Chattanooga, we love our beautiful location, but we're really a regional and trying to be more of a national museum. You know, we have stuff for everybody. We don't necessarily just have a regional focus. Okay. So we really do try to tell, and not just one story of America, but lots of different stories. So we have art from the pre-colonial era. Just before we became a country. We recently had a very generous donation of a painting of George Washington that came into our permanent collection, and we're very proud of that. And that was sort of in keeping with the timing of our 60th anniversary celebration. But we also have works that look at lots of different American experiences. Immigrants who came here early on, or people who immigrated now in the current time, folks that came up here, folks that America is their adopted home, that they become naturalized citizens, and really telling that story from every standpoint, things that focus on rural life, that folks, all of us who live here in East Tennessee can recognize, gorgeous, beautiful rolling landscapes, much like what you have as your backdrop here, but also contemporary and urban scenes, things that aren't maybe as familiar. So it's nice that you can kind of take a trip around America and through the American experience by visiting the Hunter. And then of course we bring in temporary exhibitions, and those vary greatly. We just wrapped up a rock and roll photography show.
I was going to ask you what the latest was, yes.
Yeah, that was such a fun exhibit. We had music in the galleries, and it was great to walk through and just listen to people talk about oh, I saw Kiss in 1975 at, you know, Madison Square Garden.
Oops.
Or
I may have. I can't. Maybe not Madison Square Garden. Maybe the Omni or something like that.
I have that concert T-shirt. Or really, what's great is to see people walking through with their children, maybe teenage children, and having that great debate about, well, why is so-and-so here and not so-and-so? You know, you've got Bob Dylan, but why don't you have somebody else? And it was great dialogue and really an opportunity for people to talk across generations. And that's really what we strive to do.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
That was your latest exhibit. What's coming up?
Well, right now we've got a great exhibit called Chattanooga Gems 3. And this is an exhibit, we've done 2 others, as the name might imply. And it's works that are lent to us from private collections, private homes in this area.
Okay.
So it's a really interesting snapshot of what people in this region are collecting, and it is so varied. We have some very traditional oil paintings that are just beautiful in their detail. There are some large-scale contemporary works. There's some really cool sculpture. There's even a mixed media piece that people find so intriguing. It's a photograph with oil painting, and at the very center, the images of a woman, head and shoulders, just her head and shoulders, and the image is focused on a locket that she wears around her neck.
Okay.
And inside the locket, inside the picture, is actually a very small, high-definition video that shows these great, and for those of us who grew up in the 70s and 80s, that 8mm footage, that kind of shaky video footage before video cameras, of scenes from her life. And it's this really beautiful, kind of powerful commentary on memory and what we choose to remember, how we commemorate important moments of our lives. And you just see people standing in front of it transfixed. So it really sort of, Chattanooga Gems really runs the gamut.
Sort of that. It reminds me, you see it on TV. I don't know that I've ever really seen it in person, but when someone's at a museum and it's like you just expect people to walk by, oh, that's nice, oh, that's nice, and they stand there and they look at it. It's almost like one of those that you look, you have to look at it to see the picture that's inside it. There's something hidden in there.
That's right. That's right. And you know, that's a really rewarding thing to see when people walk through and have those experiences. And I think they're eventually changed by it. It makes you look at the world slightly differently and maybe see something from somebody else's perspective. You know, I'm a word girl, obviously.
Right.
And so, you know, I deal so much with the printed word. I'm always impressed at how much a visual can impact you really viscerally. I mean, sometimes it's almost like, you know, some it's kind of like a punch in the gut. Sometimes it's like a hug, you know, you get a nice warm feeling. But that visual imagery to me is just so surprising, the impact. And that crosses generations, that crosses socioeconomic lines, educational differences. I mean, everybody can understand a visual image.
You mentioned that you have exhibits that have been, I guess, donated from the region. Do you have, and I may be asking you a question that I shouldn't ask, but do you have any from Bradley County?
Not that I know of, and I don't have the encyclopedic knowledge of our collection that Ellen does. We do have a number of artists that work in the region, and we also do another show that's recurring called the Hunter Invitational, and that's a show that our curators actually go around the region and look for artists that are working and put them together in a show to show what art is being created. So Chattanooga Gems shows what people are collecting, and the Hunter Invitational shows what people are creating, and that's really a focus on regional artists and some really great sort of up and coming. We've had a couple that I've seen later. I'm like, wow, they're really moving on with their careers.
That's great. Well, now you did mention to me when we talked that you have something that is related to Bradley County coming up.
Well, we certainly consider ourselves the region's museum, and Cleveland and Bradley County, it's so close. It's an easy drive. But we really want to strengthen that bond and encourage folks to come. So October 7th, which is a Sunday, we're having Cleveland Bradley County Day at the Hunter Museum. And this is part of our 60th anniversary celebration. We really want to get off that hill and out into the area and make friends. But we're really extending the invitation. We've been great partners with Lee University on several things. And so Voices of Lee will be performing, as well as their jazz ensemble during the day. And admission is completely free. So if you've never been to the Hunter.
Admission for Bradley County or for everybody?
Admission for everybody.
I'll be there. Free. I'll be there. I like free.
Yeah, free is great.
Yes.
And if you've never been to the Hunter, it's a great way to sort of try before you buy. You know, we'd love for people to become involved and eventually become members or come to some of our other events. But it's such a great time to visit. We have good crowds. You'll probably see people you know. It's great for families because that Sunday afternoon time frame, you know, if you go to church, you're done with church, and you have this nice afternoon you can bring. We love to have kids at the museum. We've got special Art Explorer packs to help you talk to your kids if you're not real sure about how to describe, because you know, I'm a parent, I always want to be the expert.
Yes.
You know, and explain to them. I hate getting those questions where I'm like, I don't know the answer. So we've got Art Explorer packs to help parents go through the galleries with their kids and ask them some questions to engage them. And I'm always surprised. My kids point out stuff to me in the galleries all the time that I never saw before. And it's sort of humbling to get schooled by a 3-year-old, you know, when they say, well, that's such and such. And you're like, I've never seen that before. You're right.
I've got Tiffany Robinson coming up here in a minute, and she's being schooled by a 1-year-old, I think. I'm not sure.
Oh, my goodness.
But quickly, where's the Hunter Museum located?
We're at 10 Bluff View.
Okay.
And you can put that right in your Google map, but it's very easy. If you get off on the 4th Street exit, you come up the hill and you make a left on High Street, and it dead ends right into the museum parking lot. So we're really easy to find.
Fantastic. Website?
HunterMuseum.org.
Okay. Facebook page?
Yes, we're on Facebook, again, Hunter Museum.
Okay.
Follow us on Twitter at Hunter Museum.
Okay.
And
sounds great.
If you take great pictures, we've got a Flickr page and YouTube as well. So.
And October 7th is Bradley County.
Cleveland Bradley County Day. We want everybody to come out and enjoy themselves and just say hi, and I'll be there. I'll greet you personally at the door.
Say hi to Katrina when you come.
Right.
Okay, Katrina, thanks for coming. It's been a long time since we've seen each other.
I know, I'm so glad to see you.
I'm glad to see you too, and we'll have to stay in touch a little bit better than we have in the past.
Absolutely.
We are going to take a break. We have Tiffany Robinson with Project Pop-Up. She'll be popping up here in just a second. I've been waiting to use that. I know. I've been working on that all day. So we'll be right back with Tiffany right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Great local sports right here on WTNB East Tennessee Television. Keep up to date on all your Walker Valley sports news Wednesdays with the Walker Valley Sports Zone. Get a behind-the-scenes look at all the local high school area football with the pregame Thursdays at 10. And it's a Friday night tradition. Football Friday, every Friday night at 11 o'clock. Right here on WTNB East Tennessee Television.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Has your disability application been denied? Are you frustrated with the administration's processing of your claim? Do you feel as though the administration simply does not understand why you cannot work? You're not alone. My name is Matthew Coleman and I'm an attorney representative. I find that many of my clients share these concerns and others. As a representative, it's my job to communicate your claim to the administration in a language that they can understand. As an attorney, it's my duty to fight for the disability benefits that you deserve. Come talk to me. The Social Security Law Center at Logan Thompson, PC.
Featuring some of the South's most scenic views, the Mountain View Inn has been a landmark in the Cleveland community for over 40 years. Our executive guest quarters with flat-screen TVs and excellent bedding will make any guest comfortable. Carrie's Restaurant is one of Cleveland's favorite, with one of the best buffets around.
Hello, and on behalf of the Hughes family, thank you for so many years of your business and your friendship.
Town Americana, where trucks are big and bold, and a handshake is firm, and your word is gold. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens is a $2,000 drive. Maybe you're coming from here or here, doesn't matter. Buying a truck from Don Ledford in Athens will save you at least $2,000 bucks. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens, a $2,000 drive worth making.
I'll take that drive every time.
And welcome back to Tennessee Valley this morning on this Monday morning, October the 1st. It's early, and I had a couple of folks coming up from Chattanooga, Katrina Craven, who we just met, and my third guest is Tiffany Robinson. A lot of you here in town that went to Lee at the time that she was there will remember Tiffany Campbell.
Yes.
And she is now Tiffany Robinson, been married for
almost 3 years.
3 years.
Seems like a lot longer.
And has a one, well, I think you and Michael were together for a little bit prior to that. And a 1-year-old name?
Elijah,
which keeps you busy?
Very busy. He's running and trying to talk, so he's a runner and a jibber-jabber.
Oh,
so.
okay. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. If moms can understand him.
Exactly.
The rest of us can't.
Yeah,
but
he helps me keep my weight off because I just keep running after him. So.
There you go, there you go. Tiffany is with, I want to say you're with River City Company.
That's correct.
But you're here today to talk about Project Pop-Up. And you were with Rob and Ryan a couple of months ago talking about Project Pop-Up. And I think at that time you were looking for some companies to jump in there, to pop up in there, and it happened.
Right. So we've hatched, we've popped.
Yeah.
I am with River City Company, and Project Pop-Up is one of our newest programs.
Okay.
And just to give a quick background, in May of this year, we said, let's figure out how we can get more retailers downtown, because that is one of our main focuses at River City. We're all about animating downtown, making it the cool place to be, as well as bringing more businesses and retail. We focus on economic development of downtown Chattanooga. So we said, well, what if we found an area of downtown that really needs to be animated and brought to life, and we were able to give these people 6 months of free rent. So we created the program Project Pop-Up. We partnered up with the owners of City Park, which is on Chestnut Street, right behind the Reed House.
Okay.
And they were willing to work with us as we try to find these tenants to go in there for 6 months of free rent just to test out their business ideas. So in June, we made the final selection of who these tenants would be. And last week we had the grand opening for all 5 brand new tenants.
Okay.
So we brought 5 new businesses to downtown Chattanooga just through this project.
Let's see if I can stump you or not. Name all 5 of them.
Oh, I absolutely can.
All right.
We have Tasty Daylight Donuts. I know. Yeah.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, they're fantastic. OC Buckles, which is a craft maker space. So if you love Pinterest, you're going to go to her space and utilize all the craft materials that she has to make all the Pinterest ideas you've been pinning on your Pinterest board.
Okay.
It's pretty much a place for girls to geek out with craft stuff. So the next space is Sewn to the Sky, which is a vintage gift and fabric store.
Okay.
Our fourth tenant is Iron Labs,
Okay.
which is a video gaming interactive center.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, 'cause that's really geared toward men.
I think you talked about that when you were with Robin Ryan, that something
Yes.
like that might be happening.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
And then our fifth tenant is Go Bagel, which is almost like a local Panera Bread. They make all of their bagels in-house, and they make soup and sandwiches. So think Panera, but think on a local level with local ingredients and local owners.
It sounds a little bit like Chattanooga and Cleveland could mirror each other, because in Cleveland's case, we have a lot of our companies, a lot of our businesses that are on the outskirts of Cleveland.
Like in the suburb area?
Yeah, and then downtown could use something
sure.
similar to this.
So, so what Chattanooga does have that unfortunately Cleveland doesn't have at the moment is an organization like River City that wakes up and thinks about how to make downtown better every single day.
Mm-hmm.
So we were created 25 years ago to literally do that. Just wake up and think about how do we keep pumping life into downtown so that we didn't become just a suburban city. And I think that Cleveland could definitely utilize a program like Project Pop-Up, and hey, maybe if they want to come talk to me about it, I'd be happy to bring it here.
You may have created the template for them to look at.
And that would be great.
And knowing you, I know you still have a soft spot for Cleveland, going to Lee University.
Sure, of course.
And as I said, as we opened up the show today, you actually did some time down there with us at the United Way.
Yes, I did.
So if anyone, and I'm sorry that I don't have more time to spend with you today, but if anybody wanted to find out more about Project Pop-Up,
they could go to popupchattanooga.com.
Okay. And if they want to reach you, you're at River City.
I am. I'm Tiffany Robinson, Robinson at rivercitycompany.com.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that you can get my information off of the Project Pop-Up website, which is popupchattanooga.com.
Okay. I'm not going to let you get out of here without asking, and you knew I was going to ask you this. I understand you're going to be helping out the Kidney Foundation. Is that correct?
Yeah, I am.
You're dancing.
I know. I'm so excited. I am a competitor in Dare to Dance, which is a ballroom dance competition, and it's very similar to Dancing with the Stars. They picked people that were active in the community, paired them up with a professional dancer. I am not the professional dancer, so they had to teach me ballroom dancing, and at the same time I'm raising money for kidney research.
Okay, that's fine. And when will that take place?
It's October 13th.
Okay.
If you're interested in going, you can call the Kidney Foundation. Just Google Greater Kidney Foundation of Chattanooga. Don't know the number off the top of my head. Or you can go to firstgiving.com and donate to the cause.
Let's all go down there and be in the audience, and we can clap and
that would
woo.
Be great. You
and
can help
like,
me win. There's a People's Choice Award, so.
Well, I'll vote for you if I get the
Thank you.
chance. Tiffany, I'm sorry that we've run out of time, because I would have loved to have had you. You know, I've had 3 people that I've known for quite a while that I'm so glad that they were able to come on the show. But will you come back?
Absolutely.
And talk a little bit more
Yes.
when we have a little bit more time?
I would love to.
And maybe after the Kidney Foundation thing.
That would be awesome.
You can come back as the winner.
I would love to.
Folks, we're going to leave you now. Have a great Monday. Have a great October. We're starting off October. So go out there and do it. Do it this month. Do it this week, okay? See you later. You got to wave.
Oh.